Yo, Bucko, it's Zero coming back to you with another figure review. Today we have the Star Wars Black Series Archive Clone Commander Cody. And this is a figure that, for some reason, I just never thought I would have in my collection until they re-released him in Archive, which the day they announced they were going to re-release him was a huge relief because he was getting up there, $120, $150, something crazy like that on eBay. And they're like, oh, here you go, Archive, you won the fan vote. Which, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, he was going to get re-released eventually, so I was holding out on that. But we have him now, and for some reason I didn't realize how great this figure looks. It's like, no wonder why this figure was so expensive. He has so much details on him for something that came from the blue line of Black Series. He just looks phenomenal. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the box real quick. When I was smaller and watched the Clone Wars, Cody was one of my favorite clones. I liked him more than Rex, I really did. Cody just, I don't know why. My favorite color has always been like orange, so Cody's always been pretty dope. So getting to have another Cody figure and getting to be the episode 3 Cody that I never got is awesome. So we're going to get in this box real quick. I really love the new 50th anniversary design I really like the new 50th anniversary design with the Lucasfilm logo and everything on top, and it looks so much nicer than the old Archive packaging. I'm actually debating on picking up another set of this just to keep in box, but that'll be if I find them in stores. I know where I can get some for pretty much retail, so I'm going to consider it. And then you got Clone Commander Cody on the side in gold. Got the Archive, bam. You got the portrait. This is the first time reviewing an Archive figure on the channel, I believe, because the last time Archive came out was way before I even started my channel. Then the side of the box, or the back of the box, you got Clone Commander Cody, a natural and practical leader in the clone army. Cody was a good fit for General Kenobi, to whom he was particularly loyal. Very nice. And then you have this entire timeline of all the Star Wars Lucasfilms properties. Like, that's awesome. Really nice, and I'm glad we're getting 50th anniversary Lucasfilm stuff, because we're gonna get real special stuff this year compared to, like, oh, here's Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary, or oh, here's A New Hope 40th anniversary. Now we're getting everything, so that's awesome. I'm super excited to get this guy out of the box, so let's go ahead and crack this bad boy open. Alright, and here he is out of the packaging, and let me just start by saying this figure looks amazing. There's so much details on this thing, which, like, I didn't even know were there, and dare I say it, he has bronze paint. That's right, bronze. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that, but the one thing I do gotta say is I kinda wish he didn't get re-released for Archive, because he was gonna get updated eventually, and now I feel like this is just gonna push back how long it's gonna take to update him, because he is in some desperate need of updating. Like, his leg wobbles when you move him. His arms are still the old mold. Yeah, and hell, he even looks bow-legged a little bit out of the box. Ugh, okay, whatever, not a big deal. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the accessories. Alright, and for starters, we have the DC-15A. Pretty typical stuff for a clone. Like I said, it's one of my favorite blasters. I think I like the newer mold a little better on that one. I mean, there's not a huge bunch of differences, but it seems like it's just a little longer, and I could definitely notice that when I was playing around Cody. I don't know what it is, but it's just, I don't know. It's interesting. But yeah, it's not a bad mold. It's one of my favorite blasters, so I'm happy to get this whenever I can. My thing with this is it's a lot harder. I got so lucky, like, getting used to the newer. I got so used to the newer mold that I forgot how bad these older clones were at holding stuff, and now I see why everyone and their mother bought little 3D printed emperors for the hologram for his hand. I really wish they would have just included something like that, but either way, I'm probably going to do the same because hell, why not? Alright, and he also comes with the DC-15S, which is very nice. I have a ton of these. I don't like this as much as the bigger blaster, but it's still cool. You gotta have some variety, right? Every clone can't use that rifle, so it's still cool. I just don't like it as much, but it's a nice mold. It looks pretty accurate, so again, it's this one is a lot harder to fit to make him whole. Actually, okay, never mind. This is a little easier. I don't know, that's really up to you how you want to do it, but yeah, you can't really. Problem with these older clones, you really can't get them to do anything besides like this, which really sucks. You have to fight them, and then I think I messed up my fox's arm like that, so that sucks. But hopefully this is the last of this old mold that we will see. But if it's not, I'm not too mad about it. But yeah, this is kind of what I was hoping that we would get just updated one in archive, but whatever, it's still a cool thing. Now let's go ahead and take a closer look at Cody himself. So for starters, everything is nicely updated with the kind of 3D or the face printing, but here the face printing doesn't really help out as much. It just helps get cleaner lines and stuff, which is still kind of helpful because I'm sure there are some older Codys that have really messed up paints. On my figure, you can tell the paint here is kind of messed up. Yeah, but overall the detail on this thing is amazing. Like, I really love all the bronze little copper tips that are throughout. Like, oh my gosh, it's awesome. I love that. Yeah, there's a lot of like just extra detail that you don't get to see in the packaging. Like this jump pack, I don't even know what this is, this pack. First off, I didn't even know that was there. Second off, I didn't know this back had like the copper bronze color. That's freaking awesome. And then, yeah, it's just detail you just don't get to see. Because Hasbro. Lol. But yeah, he's a very unique mold. I think besides the legs, almost everything on him is uniquely sculpted. Like, he has scratches here. The paint is done. I really like how the paint is done. It's like, actually, like I said, it actually looks like it's put on there and then scratched off, and so that's really cool. There's just like, look wise, this figure is superb. I can see why he was a $100 plus figure. He's got his little like orange flames coming out of the vent. I really like that. The lining on this is done a lot better just because of the face printing. Mine's a little overshot on this side, but yeah, it's not too bad. And then my gray paint, as I said, it doesn't line up correctly, but whatever, not a big deal. Yeah, you just got paint like everywhere. Like, there's so many details on him that every time I look somewhere, it's like, oh, new detail. Yeah, in terms of look, this figure is awesome. I guess the only thing I have against it is the old mold, which, like, you're probably not buying this for the mold. It's a re-release, so you know what you're getting into. Gray striping. He just has like everything, almost everything he needs to, and then he just looks great. Yeah, he even has, I like that. Yeah, that's awesome. The little orange around the white. Oh. And then it's pretty plain from the bottom, but yeah. And then I also love the belt. I really love the asymmetry of the belt. That's freaking awesome. And the bronze. I love that. I love that. The bronze. Oh my gosh. You never, like, I never see this color on any figure, so I'm happy about that. Alright, let's go ahead and get into articulation. And with this guy, it's going to be a little, probably annoying. He has a hinge that leads up to a ball joint for the head. And you get to look up that much, down that much. The older troopers never really had a huge problem with the head articulation, so it's not a problem here. pretty much looks wherever you want it to look. And not a huge problem, so pretty nice there. Now the problem is the arms and the legs. But yeah, so the arms, first off, these are not rubber, so you're really only getting up that much. And then, yeah, it's very clunky. Yeah, up that much on this side. And then, yeah, you really can't go further than that unless you want to break the thing. You have, geez, bicep swivels. That never happens. I can't remember the last time I saw one of those. Yeah, bicep swivels. It's kind of cool. And then, but that's gonna hinder that side. This side, it's not gonna be hindered at all. Then you have double jointed elbows, which again, you'd think that would help, but it really doesn't. Here, it actually hinders it a lot. So, yeah, that's why they switched over to the single jointed. I actually broke my. Not broke, but I damaged my wolf, or my fox, because I brought this up too far on this side. It's really not noticeable, but it cracked. So just be careful if you're fighting it, because I like to pose my figures, and I was like, get this arm up here, and it just doesn't work. And the wrist, hitting the swivel at the wrist, this one goes up and down, and this one goes side to side. Which, like, yeah, it's going to be good for if you want to do your Order 66 stuff. And then he has a ball joint at the torso, which is really not getting any movement at all. Then his legs go out this far. Back, not really at all, so sideways. Then he goes out this far. Then his leg is also wobbly. Probably can't tell. This is like super wobbly, so yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. But then he has double jointed knees, which again hindered, so he can't even kick his own ass unless you force him to. Hindered by this knee pad, which whatever. Then he has thigh swivels. Almost forgot about that because they're hidden by the armor pretty well, I should add. Then he has a hinge at the ankle and a forward-facing pin for rocker. Commander Cody, the time has come. Let's get into the 360 view of this guy. Now we're going to show him off next to some other figures. Here he is next to Clone Commander Obi-Wan Kenobi and the 332nd Clone Trooper. And here he is next to the new Stormtrooper and here he is next to Boba and Mando. And as always, here he is next to Luke Skywalker Squawker and Old Left Limbs. Alright, so what else can I say about this figure? He is hindered a bit by the older articulation, but the paint apps are amazing. You already know you're going to buy this figure. You already know you've been looking for this figure. And if you haven't, you need to pick up this figure and just at least hold him, because this is one of the cooler figures in the Black series. And probably one of the, it's super nicely detailed. I didn't even realize how detailed he was. He's awesome. I love the paint apps on this. Just held back a little by the old articulation, but I can't really be mad about that because of the time period. I just wish Hasbro made an updated version of him. Maybe they will eventually, but Alright, you already know you're going to get him. Good luck finding him. So you can bring him in warm, or you can bring him in cold. Thanks for watching, and good hunting.